however you want to do it, you do it. Now, maybe it's just one game of checkers in the first bracket, or 2 out of 3, however you want to do it. But that
well, Mom ordered this from
arrival, so that
brown, red,
maybe
roast.
the people that are here now
Think
have
is what you
plate
call it?
where
It's the first time they've had one this big in this house. I suppose you guys have had it before.
I've never had it before.
3 of these?
Oh.
Huh?
Everyone will eat all these oysters.
We've got milk here.
Yeah.
So that we don't have it so rich, maybe.
We sang I Am So Glad Each Christmas Eve, and I thought of you, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, did they?
I air so
So
good.
glad there you they fell.
I don't know it in Norwegian.
Yes, I can't sing it. That's one of my favorites. Mom used to sing that an awful lot too.
Yeah, we sang a lot of favorites tonight.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Was the church pretty well filled?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Surprise.
I've talked with him about it. He thought that was a real good idea. But Dad doesn't know that yet.
I'll see later.
Lots of secrets at Christmas time, aren't there?
Yeah.
This is, of course, he's going to catch us. The red light is on. Does that mean no?
And drinking.
Crunchy food.
Well, let me see them here.
What are you doing?
These are kind of like our placemats.
Oh, your place settings.
Whose name shall we put on this one, Katie?
Holly.
Holly's?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to
Then I'll
apologize
put
for
Phil
some
on
of
this
them.
one.
Always had a live tree until about 3 years ago, and then we went up the attic, and here Eldon and Sue had asked to keep our tree in the attic, and so they forgot it here, so that's why we have it. And it's really a nice tree, and you see Mom has a lot of historic pieces here from Africa and Brazil, I think. I don't keep track as well as she does.
And then we had those little angels.
Yeah,
Carol,
Yeah.
didn't you get those one year?
maybe I did.
I think I gave some of those away one year.
Okay.
Back to you kids. I have a box of other stuff that I never got to go through that I wanted to give you this year.
You got Christmas lights out here, Grandpa.
Yeah, don't you like those? Took me a whole 20 minutes, I think.
Oh, the coating in the cough medicine.
Didn't even see Ben over here,
No,
listening to his Walkman.
that's what he's got, huh?
I mean, with the little kids. I mean, it's just once, I mean, when you made the decision to go back,
Masters in reading.
and what will
In
that,
reading, cool.
isn't that neat?
Yeah. So, and it's going to take forever today, but
Is that
I
theory
don't
of
care. It's
reading?
just the point. It's just working towards it.
Oh, they look so much alike.
Dad, I would really just kind of like to look at it myself. No, it's okay. That's okay. If I don't know who they are, I will ask.
Yeah.
We playing half the jump? Is that what the commissioner says?
No, you don't.
Commissioner says you don't have to jump.
Oh, that doesn't feel check at all.
And then I'll go here.
That's Anne?
Anna.
Anna. Oh, she's cute. She's a corker, huh?
Grandma's gotten up here on Christmas Eve,
All dressed up.
and
in
Ben and I are in a
Christmas
stalemate checkers game.
Lovely in pink.
Yeah, it's
And lovely granddaughter Caitlin is here.
yeah.
And over in the kitchen we got all the cooks. Katie, you finished the game for me.
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
I heard a voice.
Just some aquavit.
Yeah, you missed out on some already.
Dear, that must be from I would say about 70. 69
I'm
or 70.
sure.
Oh, they just go without.
So before you want to go back to bed, I want you to look at the children.
I kept those Norwegian Vikings going
Now,
for years.
is that burning all the way down?
It's probably a good thing to have done.
Cheers!
These aren't wine glasses.
No check?
Well, I wasn't.
No,
here.
take it back.
Put my these out there.
My feet are cold.
Are they? Are they?
Those were
These are
for the.
grandkids?
Yeah, I brought these over from the hotel.
You can put
Cheers. Merry Christmas, everyone. Where'd you get the oysters?
Fire leaves
Ooh, nothing but the best.
of half and half for one. This will be for those that do not worry about their cholesterol. Light oyster stew.
For
This
the
is half
wusses.
and half, and this is for those of us that want our blood work in 2 days from now. That's good. She's delegating.
Smile, you're on candy camel.
This is the sample basket, so everyone gets the same thing.
Oh my.
So rather than
Dig
put
it all out.
6 or 8 of these under the tree, we're just putting one out.
Oh,
And so everything was made within miles of our house,
well, how wonderful.
within actually about 5 minutes.
Oh, I
And
think I've seen that place.
the Katy cheese and the maple orchard.
And then one woman did that tremolo, you know, so, and I mouthed all the words of the carols because I was supposed to help you sing, but I didn't have a voice.
That's
so,
right. That's right.
What a time.
We
Get at him!
The apron is precious.
Don't spoil my
Ben,
apron.
stop
See, now,
laughing.
Ben, if I were real mean now, I'd put that on there and I'd roll you back.
Keep your shoulder off, Ben. Keep your shoulder off.
Get him, Ben, get him.
Keep your shoulder off, Ben.
On his back.
Way to go, Ben. Yay.
Get away, Ben.
Oh, he's got a chin out, Ben.
2 points, 2 points. Near fall, near fall. You can never trust your Uncle Aldi.
Trust in Nelson. Now let's go to asshole.
Ben is a Nelson after all. He won't quit.
We'll do the airplane spin.
Now listen. Now look.
Now
Now
we'll drop it. Boom!
Okay. All right. Now you do the pawing. Do the pawing. There you go. That's it.
they sometimes go around for hours doing this.
I don't have much time, Ben.
And once a knee hits the ground, it's over. Yeah.
And they don't ever really touch each other.
I don't, I've only had 2 of them and they haven't even been here since, these are big.
Yeah, they are.
Are they good?
Oh, sure. But those we had last, they just shrunk up,
Those
they
are
were so
cold.
small, I was
About
disappointed.
twice that much.
Once in Iowa, we were paying $7 and $8 for a pint,
Wow.
and we had Harold Peterson go to Omaha, because you could hardly get them. And he got, I think, a pint and a half for us. I paid him $12, $14, and I had to throw half of those. Oh, wait a minute, I'm talking Lutefisk. I'm sorry. Lutefisk. It was just jelly stuff. And that was so high priced.
This is really good. Nice job, dear.
Thank you.
Nice job on that.
I want to spread her up.
You're home.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is.
Just like Naomi and I went back to Appleton. And I used to, think Appleton was the biggest town that ever lived. The golf course was way over in that end of town. The athletic field, no school or that, and the church was way over there.
way down.
And I remember we went to the church and we drove to the parsonage. And it's a block and a half.
And I always thought we walked uphill
Oh.
to church.
I thought the church was half a mile. I mean, your mind. We used to run all over town on our own
But why?
without supervision. So we had this vast expanse. But everyone watched you. I mean, you were never outside the eyes of someone that was
From Zion Lutheran Church. Or
from
whatever.
Zion
Yeah.
Lutheran Church or the guy that owned the gas station or
Yeah.
the implement dealership or
Of course,
whomever. You were always under the eye of the golf
But
pro.
what-
Put my finger like this.
But, oh,
When I
this second,
first, it's like I put it
I think
down
it
and
stewed a little more. This is even better.
Are you looking at me, Dad? You're laughing.
Smile. Merry Christmas, Ben. What's the most stupid question you've been asked at school about Africa?
Did you swing from vines to get to school? Was your house in a tree? Did you eat zebra guts for breakfast? And were chocolate-covered ants a delicacy? I'm like, okay. And then, I, as a joke, I said, oh yeah, yes, I do eat zebra guts, monkey brains. I swing from vines. My house is in a tree. My boyfriend is Tarzan. They go, oh, really? I go, oh no, you stupid. And then like a French person, I was stupid Americans.
We were, Phil, we were worried, but then we said no.
And I'm next.
George Bush is president. He'll take care of those Democratic Texans.
Calgary Flames. Look at his shirt. It's Calgary. His toque is Calgary Flames.
No, not at all.
Hey, I like the Flames too.
So I did it just from memory, you know. Atonement. But I.
Awesome, I would say.
No, not at all. Fun for Christmas.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
What?
Now you need the cigar.
Is it Benjamin? Yes, yes,
I don't know if he was is the Pharaoh's son. He's got 2 or 3 pints.
Is that right?
I want to be
Pharaoh is a great
Lady Powderfire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
like-
Ben, do the Pharaoh.
What?
Do the Pharaoh thing.
What Pharaoh thing?
The Pharaoh.
No. Do the, oh, I thought he was
Something
playing
that's
Joe.
played.
I'm like, Joe's the Pharaoh.
But he got on as an understudy. And then the person who he was the understudy for couldn't make it, so he moved into the
No, my coffee's ready.
did the whole thing.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
What do we have in the car?
I mean, if you're a computer person,
I'll
the
have a
pay is like
decaf.
really high, and an actor.
Well, he
it's
saved up enough, and
Like,
now
not a lot.
he's
Do you want
gonna
decaf,
be
Steve?
an actor until he runs
Yeah,
out of
that'd be
money
great.
again.
Then I'll be a computer expert.
Then he'll be a computer expert.
Phil's daughter gave a cabaret performance in New York City.
Really?
Kind of in a
A
bar.
class that she took. And there were about 8 or 10 students, and they meet for about 8 weeks, and they pick songs, and
Yeah,
they sing in front. They have a microphone, and
All
then
the
they
Lisa
take-
Minnelli type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then at the end, they rent an actual cabaret, and
Okay.
then all their
Club.
friends come, a club, and they each of them have to sing a
Sure.
song or two.
Great.
Didn't she sit on the piano?
And then she sat on
Is
the
he a
piano.
She's
singer?
a very good
I'm
singer.
gonna break ranks here. This is a Santa gift.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe you got that.
State code
What is that?
What is that?
States of America.
And here's a bag of a few quarters I just quickly went through.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh, you get to fill in the...
there's
Wow.
quarters there, and you
Thank you,
gotta
Aldi.
you gotta figure out which ones go where.
You mean like
These are state headquarters, and there's a couple in there that aren't. I found one quarter from 1776 to 1976, and then there's
states are
one
they?
Eagle quarters.
Delaware,
This is
Pennsylvania,
cool.
New Jersey, Georgia.
the eagle? It's
This is Virginia.
Jamestown. This
That's
is,
Virginia.
This is Virginia.
No.
No, we're gonna have a service.
Yeah.
You need me to pull it? It wouldn't hurt. Yeah. So you can undo that one.
This is like being the bridesmaid at the shower.
So maybe you want to turn that. I forgot about it.
You
La,
heard about that?
something to wear with what Katie gave.
Slam the door.
Oh, those pretty. Thank you, Ben.
They're
And
beautiful.
beautiful.
She said for 2 weeks.
Very much. If you were closer, I'd give you both a big hug, but I'll do that another time, okay?
You happy with that, Ben?
But they're not wrapped.
What is it again?
Would you be offended if they're not wrapped?
Tycoon roller coaster.
Your dad was a good marble player, so he bought you a marble.
Marbles?
What is that?
Marbles.
Remember that, Steve, playing marbles?
I can't see.
We used to have lots of marbles.
You got
Merry Christmas, Grandpa.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Grandma.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you.
And Phil.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, and don't look
And Naomi.
I don't want any more.
Merry
Do you want
Christmas.
any more coffee?
Merry Christmas, dear.
I'll have some.
Oh, yeah.
Katie, Merry Christmas.
I say, before the day is over, you will discover that Grandma's been cleaning out drawers and closets. That's a story Aunt Esther wrote about their dog.
Oh,
That they called him Freeway because he was alone on the freeway, and they picked him up and they called him Freeway. And so we thought Ben would like that.
nice to read. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
You're welcome. They were just little odds and ends and stuff.
Oh, is that gorgeous?
Do you recognize
Lovely. Huh?
Do you recognize
Hey, was that the sleeping bag?
That looks like it comes from South Dakota. From
It did, yeah.
what was the name of the company again? Dakota, right.
She's in the shower.
Why are you leaving that down there? We weren't looking for you. We weren't looking for you at all.
You weren't?
No.
Oh, you were a surprise, huh?
Surprise visit.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Merry Christmas.
Hi, Katie.
Merry Christmas.
Nice to see you.
Kitchen sink.
Warm day like
Ben.
this? Oh yeah, you haven't been here. I've seen
Oh, you've seen
the
everybody
rest of the
else.
gang.
Hi, Dad.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sure.
Merry Christmas,
church
Claudia, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. We didn't go either. Oh, wow. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, David. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Hi, Phil. Merry Christmas.
I guess you've been here before.
I've been getting lots of hugs, but that's the first kiss.
Oh, buddy.
I didn't watch that this time and I stepped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you traveled. She a young girl.
And I couldn't
Yeah,
rouse
I-
it and I pounded on the door and I
Took her forever to check in.
Oh, really? She must have.
David, how are you? Wow, that's a pretty nice one, too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
These are not very big.
Hey, Ben.
That camera.
I'm getting
got a camera.
chastised by the doctor, April.
How about that?
Oh, yeah?
Pretty good
Being
stuff.
chastised for not forking up
Merry
enough.
Christmas.
Did your mom?
Well, when she was pregnant, they were telling him not to gain very much weight.
Uh-huh.
So she.
Uh-oh, whoa!
Oopsies.
Which side?
Mom's.
Oyster stew.
Oh, good. We had oyster stew.
Did you have to?
Soy burgers. Oh, yeah. Eat soy burgers. We had lots of. Eldon was the master cook last night.
Yeah. We had excellent oysters. Yeah, we made fresh oysters
I had some a couple weeks ago and they weren't very
3
good.
pints.
These that we
I
had.
bought 3 pieces. We used up 2.
Neil? Good, how are you doing? It's freezing. I don't think you know freezing.
It's colder now north.
I don't know where we would have been today without her. But that doesn't surprise you either, does it? Yeah, that's right. It sounds like her mom. We're just missing you badly, Eric. We're so tickled that you were going to get to come, but we understand. Are you? Well, that'll be wonderful. Yeah, I've got Kringless for you, though. Yeah. These stayed amazingly warm.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
But speaking of bad weather, Carl, you remember when you were growing up, I would go on trips and I'd call in. And one day, Carl got on the phone. I don't know if he answered the phone. And he said, "Dad, today we had 39 inches of snow." Yeah.
Where was that?
Or was it this weekend or something?
Where was that?
That was in Roseville.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Maureen, you want to get the still camera?
Yeah. Well, I have some introductions to make.
Grandma has
Just a minute.
introductions.
I have some introductions.
Okay, ready?
Ingrid?
He comes highly qualified with a great assistant in his wife, Susan.
Yay.
And the dining room manager. Thank you. The dining room manager is Naomi Dawn Nelson from Houston, Texas. And she gets all the support she needs from her sport-loving car husband, Phil. And to my right are the important elements of this Christmas dinner. On the right is Miss Caitlin Marie Nelson from Stavanger, Norway, who comes with a very, very plain English brogue, and she is the head waitress for this. And to her right is Master Monsieur Benjamin Joel Versailles, and he is the mater dei.
And the bouncer.
And he has told me in English or French that I could plainly understand that if anyone doesn't toe the mark, they will be bounced out into the garage.
Well, that's apropos today.
So he's not the dumb waiter.
He's working hard to make some funds ready for college, so if anyone feels their services are worth a gratuity, there will be a little dish on this table for you.
Sign from God, there's a penny.
I am the sous chef, not the souse.
What do we use for the water? Water. Don't you think that would be good? Yeah.
Today, and for our gathering together, our family, we pray your blessing upon us as we share our food, share our lives. We pray for Mom today, her strength and her healing. And bless us now as we continue presence and all. Give glory to you who've given us so many gifts. Most of all, your own Son, who died to save us.
Amen.
Okay? Bon appetit. The first course is the salad and lefse and rolls. So, we'll start it with Carl. That'd be my boy. That's my hubby. No, you leave on the left. Where's my help?
I don't think I can get in.
Katie, it's fine. You leave on the left. You leave the food on the left and you remove it from the right. Here, Carl.
Even if you have to reach.
When you serve, you come from the left side. You come from the right side.
Alrighty.
Butter, leave it on the left.
Alexa is butter.
You leave the food and remove it from the right. So you put dirty soap salad then. Steps on.
It's like that, you think?
Yep, and turn the oven off. Should be just fine.
Can't eat anything from the packages last night.
Looks beautiful, Aldi. Oh, and that look good.
Mother's crown roast.
Beautiful.
Mother's crown roast.
Honey, why don't you?
Attention, please.
Grandma, here's your roast.
I get the biggest serving? Oh my goodness. That looks wonderful. Well, I have nothing to do with it. But
Well done, Weldon. One for you, one for baby.
15th is Easter, isn't it?
Yep. It is Easter the world around.
Does anyone not have a piece of meat?
The person who's sitting right here.
I don't know who that is.
Who is it?
No one has sat there so
no one has been sitting
I
there.
think it's Ingrid's.
No, I don't know
It's
there.
Naomi.
Okay, let me just do something.
No, go ahead.
these
How do
the
guests do it out
remains
there?
of the day here.
Welcome to our restaurant.
Now we have the post-meal crew in the kitchen here, but Sue is still there. What are you doing?
That Ingrid girl.
That woman is tenacious.
Say, Claudia, was Carl so willing to help out when he was growing up?
Always.
Maybe not willing, but he did it.
Oh, there you go.
Only after he compared how many Ingrid had wiped.
Oh.
Ingrid only wiped 3.
Days, didn't we
Yes, you did, but yesterday...
Yesterday we used paper plates. How come?
How come you always bake bread on the day that I have to do it? I have to do the bread pan.
That kind of sounds like me, doesn't it?
Well, it does because
Yeah,
you're
I think so.
coming up all the time.
Yeah,
That's the point of being together.
Well, I guess you didn't have a lot of company when you were in Africa, so now we're catching up.
Well, we
to it.
had a lot of issues, but we never had family
Yeah.
company, so now it's nice to have the other side.
It's on. It's like underwater. And I'm
Oh, it's an aquarium.
sleeping there and it goes. What's that?
The kids had changed the program, and I'm down there cleaning, and all of a sudden I hear, play ball! I looked around, I thought, oh, what is it? And then I continued on working on this guy, and then I hear, play ball! And I realized it was the computer. Changed the setting. Point me in the direction of where this thing would come
Some of them inside each other.
Is that the text? I haven't even looked yet.
If we were getting the mail,
We talk about anything but sports.
because he just got,
He's got his, huh?
So the song, that's, you know, you have visions of things rather than just verses and words.
No crib for his bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh. Be near me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care and take us to heaven.
Said you put some cookies and milk on a table at night, and if they're gone in the morning, you know Santa Claus is gone.
Very good.
Fun to have meatballs. But the memorable part of Christmas Eve in our home that I remember is that that's when the men did the dishes. And that's probably the only time of the year they did the dishes. And because the reason why the boys helped do the dishes Christmas Eve was the sooner the dishes were done, the earlier the presents. And of course, the kitchen was always spotless before we began doing the dishes, but I don't know how spotless it was after. But that was kind of the night I think I had off, or at least I could just tidy up instead of having to be a dish pan. So that's one of my memories.
The sleigh. This was in 1924, and I was 8 years old. And it was about 4 or 5 miles. And we leaned over as it was going in the snow across Morse Lake, and we tipped it over. And so we had to, of course, ride it, go on our way. But the reason it was one of, I remember, is that Dad was going to Norway. He'd been 20 years in this country. He'd never gone back to see his parents. And we had a big fest, of course, because there were the 2 brothers and a sister here, and they lived close by. So I didn't go along to Norway then just before Christmas, and stayed a couple of months. And he came back, of course, and it was the first time I remember Dad and Mother having a kiss in the middle of the floor. I'd never seen Dad and Mother.
But when we lived on the house, or a farm that we called a 40, we had a furnace in the basement with a square register. and something fell through the register. Dad didn't know how to get it out, so it wasn't hot, so he put me down, lifted me down, and I was able to reach down and get this, whatever it was.
Spoon.
And I could just see this big square thing, you know. But we didn't get an awful lot of presents. I remember getting a little sad iron in my stocking, which was very heavy, and I thought that was quite exciting. One of the things Mother made for Christmas, besides some of these others that you had here, was Yates, Y-A-D-E-S. And they were made from dark bread with raisins in it. And she must have cut them in squares and then kind of slid them down so that the legs kind of spread out. And we always had those for Christmas morning, and they were called Yates. Where that came from.
Have you ever made them?
No, never have. I never cared for them.
It was on Christmas morning because we had to put up our stockings. And if we didn't, Mom would put them up for us. So that you always had to have a stocking, and if you thought you were too big for stockings, Mom made sure you knew that you weren't too big for stockings. So you'd have a stocking, there'd probably be some nuts down in the toe and an orange, and maybe one small gift, and sometimes even one big gift, if it was small enough, would fit inside there. So you never knew quite whether your gifts were done or not.
Well, what I wanted to say about Mom, her name was Helen Emilia Oscarson. She was the only daughter. She had two brothers, Oscar and Ernie, and Mom in between. And Ernie was very aggressive, and so was my mother. You wouldn't know this, those of you who didn't know her like I did. But she'd go out, and we were three boys milking cows, and Dad would say, "Don't come out and help those boys." "Well, I want to." She'd come out and milk cows with us, in addition to taking care of 8 kids. She was a warrior and a hard worker, but she had a heart of, well, I can't.
In those days a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be enrolled. This was the first enrollment, when Quirinus was governor of Syria. And while they were there, the time came for her to be delivered. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there is no place for them in the inn.
Sing, choir of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, sing, all ye citizens, come, let us adore him. Oh, come.
I still have the pole.
Alden said he
He's been a
wished
good boy this year.
when he was in high school got ski poles for Christmas, and he's still waiting for the skis.
Maybe they're
And he broke up the house.
I tell you what, we were thinking of, we were illiterate, I guess.
Oh, I just had to bring, I thought that was funny.
Well,
I still have them.
you never got the skis either, did you? You have them now,
But I got the poles.
but do you use the poles?
Yeah,
Do you?
yeah.
Well, see.
When I get old, they'll be good walking.
It's kind of a dad memory, but the first time that he went up to visit Mom's parents, where we just came from, it was Christmas Eve dinner, and Grandma made oyster stew, and they brought out this oyster stew and served everyone. And Dad assumed that, and most of you have met my dad, he's kind of a big eater, and he assumed that was the soup before the meal, the appetizer, so, he ate his 2 bowls of oyster stew, and then they cleared off the dishes and started wiping off the table. So Grandma caught him in the fridge later that night making himself a ham sandwich. So ever since then, they've served a meal with oyster stew. It's never just been oyster stew again.
We went out, and Mom's friends took us to the open air market, and they found the booth with the old Hungarian farmer, and we picked out a goose from the open air market and took it home. Mom and Heidi, our friend Heidi, had the challenge of cleaning the goose because it hasn't been cleaned yet. I remember that Christmas quite well. It was fun. And Mom tried to make some rice pudding.
She wasn't used to such a big family, so we all got 1 tablespoon of rice.
But it was good, Mom.
That's good rice.
It was the best tablespoon of rice ever.
Well, that was the one Christmas I'll never forget.
You tell it, Al.
Well, it was just in a little church that was kind of half falling apart, this roof and all, and no lights in the church, and we had to bend down to get through the door and to get in it, you know. And I think he had a lantern or a candle or something. And I'd lost my voice and I couldn't sing, but we four were supposed to sing a Christmas carol in English, so I mouthed the words, but I didn't have any voice. And of course we didn't understand his sermon, but I said it was the most meager Christmas setting that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Probably as meager as Christ's birthplace was, you know, but the stars still shone up above when we came up. Quite an experience.
Hey, you're not supposed to look yet.
This is not my present, this is the present I'm giving.
Yeah, sure.
We need some help, Mike.
Okay.
I have to chief to send
Cool.
LD.
Oh, this is your
Thank you.
post. Oh, I love these.
There's Eric.
Thank you.
What are you looking for?
And this is the menu from my confirmation on May 20, 1962.
Look at that one.
Cream chicken or mashed potatoes, baked beans, peas, carrots, cabbage salad, relish, pickle jam, bread, butter, strawberry ice cream, coffee, and milk. That was what we had.
And then that's Santa Claus.
Does anybody know to whom this goes?
Yeah, that box. This has suddenly gotten very large.
It's Pandemonium City here.
Wait a minute, okay, wait. This one?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Okay.
Mom, do you have yours?
What?
Your bag like this?
This one here?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All the women open these up at the same time, please.
Okay.
1, 2,
Wait a second, go!
And read the messages, read the messages on your card.
Mine says, we don't have any basement to wear 'em
This
out.
farm gal knows the sound of a sow and a meow, but now she must
What'd you get,
learn
Mom?
the sounds of a cow. Hey!
Pass me the sound of a cow.
A lover of African fabric fibers, but she still also loves African tigers. Just for her in a brand new suit.
Geography was not Naomi's strong suit. One more time, Claudia.
Now they don't all make noises. Because I got myself some too. I got a flower child. That's me. Yeah, right.
They don't even look like.
Ladybugs.
Oh, the gardener.
Does anyone have a little scissor?
Santa Claus, that's a nice.
Where's that?
Thank you.
Yeah, keep turning that on.
Can't see it.
It's flashing now.
Well, Claudia, bless her heart, presents me with this, and it's a beautiful copy of all the little ditties and poems and little stories that I have written, and she took them home one time and typed them all up, and here they all are.
One of the intents is that everyone may have a copy of that, but first I wanted to show it to Mom and so that she could check it, and if she wants to change anything, or if she would like to write a little introduction to it, or a little
I've got it all down here.
Oh, for crying out loud, if that isn't something. Grandpa, come over here.
do Brazil, Ingrid.
Grandpa, you actually took a couple of those pictures. The ones you sent us.
Except I read it.
Years ago. This is nothing as luscious as the teddy, but it's something to remember you all. And if it's not the right size of the color, could you collaborate with each other and switch? So,
The big question is, are you using the teddy?
almost every day.
You got another
Anybody
Get some help from Carla.
Oh, okay.
Grandma's got.
Let's see that one.
Is that a putter?
It's got a shoe.
Tiger Nelson, here he comes.
It's from Carl and Holly, Grandpa, this is for you too. And it's the 8mm movies on a CD.
On the video.
On the video.
Okay,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I got this Star Wars thing from Grandma and Grandpa. I mean, I don't know what I got. Was it from you?
It's from us, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ben, what time is it?
58.
Duh.
Boy, that's a smart looking watch you got there.
Yeah, what?
Ball card game from Naomi and Phil. And the soup from Stephen and Maureen. Potato soup. Crackers, napkins. And the wine, Mom and Dad. With a little, what is
That
this?
is the coolest thing.
That is so fun.
Bib?
It's a wine
Oh,
bib, I
wine.
guess.
Angel from
Could be,
Harriet.
could be deeper. We're
It's
going to
from me,
doctor
but-
some more.
Yeah,
She
that
made-
Harriet
How's
made
Brad?
from Grandma.
Yeah. Tell him hello.
And
Thanks, Jane. Goodbye.
a book from Mom and Dad from Brazil. Seems to be a theme here.
Interviewed him, and so his voice is on here, and then his writing too.
Because Adventures of a Child, Memories of an Immigrant. Because he talks about his childhood when he was like 8 years old herding cattle, and he was supposed to work all summer and get a pair of pants, but he didn't like working for this guy, so he ran away and he didn't get his pants and he got in trouble. He was 81 years old when this interview took place, and I just mentioned a little bit about his immigration, which was through Ellis Island. That was the reference. His name is on the Hall of Honor or something like that there. And this picture was taken in 1967 when, just a year after we were married, we took Grandpa Nick with us and went back to Norway where he could visit his sister Nicolina.
And okay, I got a book, Celebrate the World of You, from Grandpa and Grandma.
Oh.
And then I think a journal or a ledger from David and Claudia. This was from Aldi? Yeah. 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens.
Some of my dishes that I just don't use anymore. They're the Fostoria serving dishes, various kinds. So we didn't know how to choose for one and the other, so we put numbers on them, and you can draw numbers when you get them out. And, then I've
It's
got-
the 4 children and the 5
and the
grandchildren.
yeah, there will
So
be.
we draw lots.
You draw lots. And if you want to trade, that's.
Well, the 4 will draw.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There'll
and
be
then the
one
others.
group for the children and one group for the grandkids. But it's just that I want you to have them because I'm not using them, and when I come to see you, maybe I'll see them on your
Great.
tables. Yeah. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The lefse all made was stored away with care and gumma in a blue bowl at the top of the stair. That was before refrigeration. Now Mom in her apron and Dad with his lantern were busily making Christmas preparations, certain. And Elnor, poor gal, the stumla Christi of all. I used to fall so much and they called me a stumla Christi. And Elnor, poor gal, the stumla Christi of all, was sure to end up in some sort of fall. 'Twas Elmer and Willard, full of ideas and trouble. What one didn't think of, the other could, double. Now what to my startling eyes should appear, one by one they arrived, some grandchildren so dear. And Grandma and Grandpa, uncles and aunts went shopping for filly dresses and short little pants. Excitement ran high. Our family was growing. The number of grandchildren showed no signs of slowing. Our efforts to gather are greatly rewarded. We laugh and we play, we eat, and we sort of relish these moments, this true family fun, and are happier still for the love of each one. For those of our dear ones not able to join us are ever remembered in our thoughts and our visits. It's such fun, so relaxing, so completely delightful. Excuse me. To gather right here and to have such a house full. It's a week after Christmas and all through the house, all creatures are stirring. We've scared away every mouse. We'll say it again, though we've said it before. Merry Christmas to all and a Happy New Year.
Oh,
That was great.
Here's a cutthroat game.
Like Grandma and Grandpa were reading a lot.
Father and oldest son
yeah.
battling it out in the tournament. Single knockout checkers.
I wouldn't give up my ski poles though, because I'm still waiting for
On the way home, but we didn't tell you that.
We make
Here.
Oh, it's yours and it's one of their tables.
Cold storage.
Cold
storage.
Wonderful.
Are you taking that back?
More.
On her lap. Although maybe that's.
But I had to ride on the run.
Not a whole lot of wiggle room there on that. You know?
I'm so tired
We're gonna go.
Oh, that's right. He needs to be
for
down this
Christmas
late somewhere, doesn't he?
I know, isn't it? And I didn't ask for it. Oh
You
yeah, I
come back
have
over
real
here in the
pretty
morning?
sapphire and Phil just got me this at an
Yeah.
antique store and we're
Really?
trying to figure out what it says inside. There's something written
It's
in
like
Latin.
water.
All right, this is the grand finale to Christmas 2000. Go, Grandma, go! Walk over there, yeah.
Wait, Steve, up Steve.
Show off. Okay, turn and face me. Light them up, light them up.
Let's make a circle. We need to do a.
They gotta be all together.
Rockets.
Now quit.
Okay, everyone to get together.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep it.
All right, now you got to start kicking here, ladies.
On my feet. Wait.
Too many photographers. The paparazzi are going all over.
Just hold still 1 minute.
Well, the Rockets are not in danger, let me tell you. Yeah.
Animals to the center.
You put your slipper in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Ben can't get it all in.
Women, courageous, winsome, and strong. Though we seem meek and mild, we do much with a smile for the family to which we belong. We are gifted with talent and skills. Our resources are high on the list. All we need is a challenge, a chance to prove fact, and we're ready to do just that. Yay!
And so ends Christmas 2000.